Hard.
Okay, recording again. So sorry. And it looks like I lost a couple people in that too. Oh, well. Okay. So
Nikita said her Wi-Fi went out.
Yeah.
She posted on Facebook that her Wi-Fi went out.
okay.
Jasmine isn't here though.
Hopefully they have back on. Okay, so let me get back under this from current slide. Ooh, I'm learning. Okay, so the thing about money, as I was saying, is that, you know, even if you guys knew that you had, most of us had an extra $140 hanging around, most of us would not use it on a challenge. Like, we have to remember where we were and where people are at. Like, maybe you'd want to go get your hair done. Maybe you would, most of us, spend it on our kids. Or, like, there's, people just never just have it laying around. So we just have to remember. But the interesting thing is, again, it's a matter of perspective. Everybody does it for Christmas, right? Like, you don't have the extra money, but it's Christmas time and you need to come up with it, so like you make it happen. We have to help people see that they can do the same thing with their health and fitness, which is far more important anyways. It is a matter of perspective. But one note is that try not to use guilt, because that we don't want to do that. We wouldn't like it if somebody did it to us. Speak to yourself instead of preaching to them. So like I mentioned what Ashley Smith does in just general. Really? Sit down. So where it's just kind of a matter of, not, because for a long time, I have a very bold personality. I'm an A-type person, and I'm very much like, you know, say it, tell it how it is. And I tended to, I probably annoyed people and pushed some people away because I wasn't just talking to myself. There was definitely a positive shift when I stopped trying to tell people. As I got annoyed with all the nonsense I was hearing, I would want to be like, blah, 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 on my social media, and nobody likes that. So don't do that. Okay, so the second objection is I don't have the time. Challenge group programs, whatever, right? We've all heard this one. So one thing is they felt found. Oh my gosh, I felt the exact same way. When I first started, I was actually working 3 jobs, or if that's not true for me, this was something that I saw, or whatever's true for you. 2 kids under 4, house to take care of, volunteering, blah, blah, blah. But I love that I could squeeze these 25-minute workouts into my day sometime, and on my craziest of days, whether it was first thing in the morning, nap time, late at night, whatever. We all have 25 minutes. It's like 2% of your day. So also, we have a training for that. So if somebody was saying this to you about coaching, because I know that the biggest objection I get coaching is I don't have time. And so, oh wait, Renee, didn't you just clean that one recently? And here she is. Right. And that's the thing is, like, people, but look at this. You're going to be on a call for 40 minutes that you didn't think that you had, or reaching out to messaging people. And so I don't say this to call anybody out, but literally almost everybody gave me that objection or has. And the interesting thing is, all of a sudden we explained it. Where did it come from? We have to help people realize that there is dead time in their day, like personal development. People think, like, oh, I don't have an extra 15 or 20 minutes. Well, guess what? You can listen to it when you're doing the dishes, something you'd be doing anyways. We just have to take captive those pockets of time, how we think about it. We have to help people understand that, because their life is on the line. They could be living so much more and getting so much more out of it than Netflix marathons. But I tell people with coaching, we have a training on that. Like, this is such a common misconception that it takes a lot of time to build a business or get a workout, whoever it is you're talking to. We have tons of challengers and coaches on the team. Oops, I didn't finish that. Sorry, guys. You know, who also said they didn't have the time, or who are whatever, you know, full-time working moms. And also, like, look at Stephanie. She runs other businesses. She also has 2 kids that are like under the age of 2.5. And she's got, I mean, that's an excuse. That's all that it is. We have to help. But instead of telling them that, like, yeah, we got to remember to say, like, hey, I felt that way too, and blah, blah, blah. This is what I found. So the guy at Summit, I was in a presentation with Miguel. What's his last name? He's on the top. He's one of the top 10 coaches. Miguel Caruso. I don't know. But you can find the Summit stuff in the back office, and he did an awesome presentation about overcoming objections, and he shared his was so great about how he had all this time that he spent driving to the gym, driving back, working out for an hour. He only got there a couple times a week. Then he found this T25 workout, and it was like so much more. And so again, just sharing his story, he was like, you know, it was so amazing for me, and I had this shake that I could drink on the go instead of making the time, having to take the time to make all these healthy meals, and he's like, it was just so much more convenient for me. It works so much better because I don't know about you, but I'm a super busy person. And so again, he was making it about him, like, he's a busy one. Do I have to get the shake? Lorette, I know you just had this. I got this all the time as a new coach. I don't get it as much anymore because I tend to post more about the shake and I've been drinking it a long time, whatever. And I just am way more passionate about it, I guess. I have built so much confidence in it, but I did get it all the time. So integrity as coaches, this is one thing to consider, is that we want them to have the best experience, well, the best results. And we, first of all, need to be drinking the shake and having our own testimonial. Because like, you know, you would never recommend a movie that you hadn't seen, right? So we want to be drinking it ourselves. And if you want to build a successful business, you need to be drinking the shake. And then how can you talk about the shake? You know, tell them it's the best thing for them, recommend it to others, you know, blah, blah. How can you say that you love it, all the stuff, if you aren't drinking it yourself? So of course, to keep our integrity intact, coaches, we do need to drink it ourselves. That's proof that it works. But best results, like, it's part of the program, and the only way, this is something you could say to somebody, the only way I can guarantee your results is if you agree to the shake as well. Many people don't know that, and of course, guys, if they don't, you can still help them. I still help people. I have somebody in my group right now who, for health reasons, literally could not drink the shake and couldn't drink the performance supplement. Still helping her. It's up to you what you do with that. But I don't ever want to turn anybody away, so I figure it out. But I do present this as like their only option up front, and that will help you a lot. Try not to waver with that. So I could say, like, many people don't know that the biggest part of fitness and weight loss is what you put into your body. And honestly, guys, I didn't know that. I used to think I could just work out as much as I wanted, and that was like I could eat whatever I wanted. That's a really common misconception. So the changes that your body goes through when you're working out, the best results happen when you do both, fuel your body properly and work out. And since I can't come to your house to make sure you're eating all your containers every day, at least I can know that once a day you're getting those nutrients. Think about it. You wouldn't brush half your teeth and expect the same result as someone who brushes the whole mouth, right? So that's on to the next point, is that we want them to understand that they're not going to get the same results. And I do say this to people. I'm like, just want you to understand, if you join a group and you're in it with all the other people drinking the shake, there is going to be a difference. And I've seen it time and time again. And I don't want you to be discouraged. I don't want you to feel, I want you to be set up for success. I don't want you to feel like you failed if you don't get the same results as everybody else. So I just want you to know up front, there is a difference in the results people get with the shake and without, for so many different reasons. Because everybody has things come up. You're in a time pinch. We make bad choices when we're in time crunch. Also, it curbs the cravings. Also, and if they understand, some people decide to do it then. Other people get into the group and they haven't got the shake, and then they see everybody posting about how awesome the shake is and how easy it is and how good it tastes, and then they decide that they want it. Guess what? Hey, Renee, so I think I changed my mind. Oh, I had a little bit of money come up. It happens. So it's also the best deal. And this is what I have always led with. This is my big thing. I really am not even talking about anything else, but I'm just like, well, listen, I'm a Dave Ramsey girl. I'm a thrifty stay-at-home mom. I don't have money to throw away. So I'm always interested in getting the best deal out there. So I always say, in fact, like, it's a way better, because, you don't have to get the shake, but I want you to get it for the best results, and also because it's the best deal. That's what I'm all about. So I hate people spending money that they don't need to spend, and, or getting not a great deal. So what I say is, like, in fact, it's a way better deal with Shakeology, and I hate to see people talk themselves out of it, because I know every penny counts. I can tell you with complete assurance that you will want to get Shakeology after going through the challenge. Someone else styles are $99 a year, but when you pay just $60 more, you get a $130 bag of the shake with it, the portion control container, a free discount membership that's usually $40 by itself, and that saves you 25% moving forward, so you'll have everything you need to be more consistent and successful. It's basically a no-brainer. Also, guys, you might get the objection, especially if you're a young mom, of the pregnant breastfeeding. Okay? Like, well, I need to check with my doctor. Really? Did you check with your doctor before you had that Big Mac while you were on your way to talk to me? Okay. So here's the thing, is that it's a common misconception. We've all been brainwashed. Before you go shit like I want to on people sometimes, just remember, and I probably would have said the exact same thing. So definitely, we tell people, always consult your midwife or your doctor first, unless you're me. And I'm so bold as to say, I honestly don't care what your doctor says, because your doctor is fat, because you know what? About 60% of the doctors out there right now are, and they are preaching something that they aren't practicing, and they don't know the difference between soluble vitamin A and not. One of them is our shake, one of them is not. And so I'm telling you right now, yeah, go ahead, run it past your doctor. Okay, make yourself feel better. But here's the thing. In my blog post that I encourage all of you to share, when you have a pregnant or a breastfeeding person, please send them my story. I have researched for you. Tell them, be like, this is my coach. She was pregnant and drinking the shake the entire time, and is nursing now and drinking the entire time. If you are nursing right now and you're drinking, please share that. Lead with your story, but feel free to send them my link. It's in a blog post at kimfitwithfaith.com / I think it's like Shakeology while nursing, but it's under the food section. That's all where my shake stuff is. It's one of the top 3 posts. Send it to them, because I have cataloged like research and a very important point about doctors and what they do and don't know, and a story that happened to me. And people like seeing personal, like, oh my gosh, this is your coach, that happened to her. It'll help. So that's a resource. I try to put things into blog posts for you guys when I can, so it's not just there for me. It's easier than me sending it differently to everybody else separately, but also for you guys. Now, if it's coaching, well, I wouldn't be a good coach because if you're not sharing the business opportunity yet, you will soon. People are going to start to be like, hey, how are you making money doing this, or da 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 da. And the biggest way for you to grow your business is for you to be sharing the business opportunity, because that is where the majority of your income will come from. So this is something that you're going to come into, is the objections to coaching. But I'm not at my goal weight. Actually, that's way better, because coaching, like, I have people that would be like, well, you know what, I'm going to work on my results first for the first like 3 months, 4 months, whatever, and then I'll no, because this is the opportunity to reach the people and inspire the people most that you want to. When you are already there, they're going to look and see this huge distance between where you are and where they are, and they don't know that they can bridge that gap. When you're there in the trenches with them every day, when you're working on yourself and you're not, the biggest misconception is you have to have a perfect body or be at some, end weight. And we want people to understand the most inspiring people on their journey. That's why some of our top coaches are extremely overweight. People can relate to them. So, not a salesperson? Great, because that's another big thing I hear. Well, I don't want to sell anybody anything, because there's a lot of selling going on social media these days. And I tell people, awesome, if you were a salesperson, I wouldn't want you on my team. You're not going to be a good fit for this team. And honestly, I might be so bold as to say, of course I would, that you're not going to be successful with Beachbody. Because we are all about sharing. And if you are not authentically sharing your journey, people see right through it, people are turned away. We've all seen coaches doing it the wrong way. They're not successful. When I see it happen, I actually feel bad for them, because I know that they're not going anywhere. So just make sure that you tell people that sharing is what works. Sharing is caring, selling. I don't have a big market, and I'm from a small town. Cool. Guess what? A lot of people are. Megan is Walton, one of our top coaches. Like, it has nothing to do with it. It's an excuse. I understand the hesitation. They don't know, so we have to clear it up for them. We are an entirely on-based company. We have tons of trainings to help you reach the $3 billion people in America who are looking for this solution. When I first started, this is my story, you would share yours. I was new to Georgia. I had less than 500 Facebook friends, and I didn't post much on Facebook. I had no training. I had no computer. I had no whatever. And I still did this. And I have like 21,000, or not 1,000, 2,100 friends now. I have more than, so I'm adding like 500 friends a year, whatever. I think I got something that said 300 friends a year, which is like a person every day of the year. So I was like, that's how it happens. We learn it as we go. Now, someone answered your message, challenge group, they committed. How many times does this happen? And then crickets. I know this just happened to a couple coaches I've been talking to. So here are some really cool ways, you might want to jot these down, that you can get back in touch with them. So how many of you guys, raise your hand, if you wonder, how do I follow up with somebody that was interested and then all of a sudden they're not? Or when do I follow up with somebody? It's a very common question and concern, because you don't want to be salesy, right? You don't want to bother them. Okay, so if somebody you sent them the link and they were signing up for your challenge group, they've gone through the questions, you answered them, you sent recommendations, they're ready to go, they gave you your Shakeology flavoring email, and then nothing, I'm absolutely going to follow up with that person within probably 2 days, especially if there's a challenge group starting. If I need to do it within 24 hours because the group's starting, like, I let them know. It depends on how close you are to that deadline, but definitely 2 to 3 days tops. And here are some ways you can do it. Again, it's different based on different parts. Maybe if I sent them the questions and then didn't hear the questions back, I might let that go a few days longer unless there's a group starting. But I always follow up with everybody. And here's some ways you can do it. Ask for feedback. So, hey girl, I saw you read my message and haven't responded. You were so excited, and I am so sorry if I made you feel like you couldn't talk to me about your doubts about this program, because that is never my intention. I would love to get you started, but I totally understand that this is not for everyone. I would love some feedback, though. If you could let me know how I could have explained it better or answered your questions more clearly, I would love to know that. I talk to people all day long about making this decision, so I would love to communicate it better. Thanks so much, doll. Like, that is a really awesome way for you to let them know that you're not here to be pressuring them to join a challenge group if they're not ready, but you would love to know, and other coaches say, like, this next part is one of the most powerful ones, and this is something that I do a lot. I relate to their why. Like, I could pull one up from yesterday. I do this almost every day. Hey girl, like, I saw you haven't signed up yet. I was just wondering if you knew that I was holding a spot for you. Well, I don't do that anymore. I used to do that. I personally don't feel like it works. You can try that. And sometimes I am. Sometimes I'll say, hey girl, like with the shift shop, I've got your name on my list. There are other people that want to be in the group. Have you changed your mind? Whatever. But I would say, I was so inspired by the way you wanted to build this business for your little ones. This would be for someone interested in coaching, while still spending time with them every day. That's a mission a ton of my coaches are working towards. So that spot is still there for you if you want it. Example, you could do it. You can also do that for a challenger. So it's so inspired by the way that you wanted to, you were ready to make this change for you. Da, 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 da. I do say like, hey girl, when I get, that's part of the questions, is because now I've got power when I have those questions and I don't just try to like rush to sell them something. When I've actually asked them, I can say like, okay, so you told me that you really need to lose this weight, that your doctors told you have to lose it. You told me that you're going to feel more confident. You're going to feel better than you felt in your life, that you're whatever it is they told me, so what is it, if you don't mind me asking, or if you feel comfortable sharing something I say, at this point, what is it that's holding you back? That's my big question, because there is always something holding them back. And lastly, I honestly just don't feel like I have the money for this. And then of course I'm going to talk to them about how they can afford it. And, with the signing other people up with a coach membership or whatever, or saving up that money, and I'm going to give them the date for my next group. You think, or I ask them like, okay, well, if you don't mind me asking, what would you pay for that? Like I tell them what it is. What would that be worth to you? Losing 20 pounds? Or, what is it? What budget are we working with so I can help you find a better fit in your budget? All kinds of questions, guys. We never give up on anybody. There's a way we can help everybody, no matter what those objections. So help me with my goal. So we could put it on us. Like, hey girl, I see you still haven't clicked on the link yet. I know you're super busy. We all are. Smiley face. Really good way to remind them they're not the only one. It takes about 3 seconds, and I would love to get you into a group ASAP. But I'm also working toward a big goal with my team, and you would really help me with that. Let me know, and remember, I can see when you read these. I know that's totally creeperish. There are some coaches that do it. One of the very, very, very top coaches, where I got that from. I always want to say that. I don't say that. I mean, like, I see you reading it, and then I'm right here, and you're not answering it. Personally, again, I don't really do that. You can do it. Whatever. You're going to find your style and what works for you. I also don't tell people that I'm working toward a goal. The reason why I don't do that is I've had people do that to me, and then I feel like pressured to buy something from them to support their business, and I just don't like it. I don't use that. I'm giving you ladies options here of things you can use, but there's a couple of these that I personally don't do. Like I said, I don't usually do the saving spot thing anymore, because I feel like when we say like, I only have 5 spots left, I kind of feel like people can kind of see through that. So I try to just say like, hey, I've got 10 spots, like first come, first serve, whatever. And if I am down to whatever, but we also know that we can open up as many spots as we want to open up. I think it's misleading. So I choose not to do it because my integrity is very important to me. But I fumbled and failed my way forward with that for a while, doing what was taught to me and trying things. So please don't think I'm ever going to judge you or anybody on the team as you play with wording and things to find what works for you, because I did that too. So ask for a referral. So, all right, love, I'm guessing this just wasn't for you. No biggie. And you can say whatever. I'll be here whenever you are ready. But in the meantime, since you were all about this and it sounds so great to you, do you think you have any friends or family members who might be interested? Don't be afraid to say that. Also, this might just be something that gets them talking again. So there's not that weird, just gone, where they might just say, hey, thanks for understanding. No, I don't, but I'll keep you in mind if I do. Fine. At least they answer, and you can say, thanks so much, girl. That totally fine. Ask for a follow-up. So, hey, love, guessing you never found the time to click on the link, and this is just not your month. I totally understand. I would love to follow up with you next month to see if funds are in a better order. Stay away from Starbucks link, because that's the thing. Most people are spending their money other places. They don't realize it. Just a little dig there. But you could just say, would that be okay? Or is it okay? I try to end with a question. So I would put that part on the end where I would say, I know money is tight right now, vacations or whatever, like you mentioned. Just stay away from Starbucks and start saving for this. Would it be okay if I follow up with you next month? Ending with a question does help people feel like they kind of need to answer you. So I think we're at the very end here. So, okay, yeah, this is my last slide. Your belief is the most important component of objections. Your belief has to be stronger than anything that they can throw at you. That is challenging for newer coaches, because you simply haven't been here long enough to have countless examples under your belt of people that you have helped, results that you have helped. When you guys start getting messages from people that are saying, you saved my life, even though you're going to feel like it wasn't you, but somebody feels like you have. When you have people messaging you that they're in their wedding dress for the first time, the crap that's on this, not crap, the meaningful, amazing messages on this thing that I have screenshotted them all and saved them in a folder that I call like my Blue Day folder when I want to quit or throw in the towel and everything's going wrong. I look at those and I think about how much I've been able to help make a difference and how much God has worked through my business to help other people, and I can't give up. My belief is so strong now because I know how many people that I've helped and families that I've helped and, whatever. You, as the more of those you get, you will feel so strong that like there is no objection that's going to phase you. You're just going to have that fire and fuel to be like, walk them through it, work them through it, and get them signed up because you know how much this is going to help them. So be yourself, you guys. I shared some of my stories in here, but craft your story. Take a minute to think about your objections and how you can spin them and how you can share them, and lead with passion. If your heart is to truly help people and not just get a sale or a success club point, and I say that because I slipped into that at times without meaning to, because it happens, and don't be hard on yourself if it does. We're here to build businesses, but you'll get back, you'll figure it out. But just make sure that when your heart is in the right place, that you can't walk away from people. You guys, would you have wanted me to give up on you? How would you feel if I was like, all right, well, have a nice life. Hope you found something that works out for you. I mean, that's not me. I'm never going to give up on anybody. I'm never going to take their crappy excuses because I want better for them than I'm living a life of excuses. So that's how you have to think about helping people walk through these. Most of the times I find that it's because somebody doesn't really believe in themselves and they don't believe they can do this. That's what I'm most passionate about now. Not these crappy excuses, but helping them realize that they can do this and for it. So that's where we start our job as coaches, you guys, is here in these conversations. It doesn't start when they get enrolled. They see your true colors as a coach now when you are talking to them in conversations. If you are encouraging or if you are breaking them down, if you're criticizing or guilting, or if you're building them up, if you're helping them, if you're continuing to talk to them. I talked to Megan for a while and from someone about just keeping the conversation going. It's important that we are helping people now. And this to me is one of the biggest, most important parts of my job, more than anything else, is helping people overcome those self-limiting beliefs and objections and all that. So unmute yourselves, or I will unmute you, and let me know if that helped you at all. Maybe tell me like what a big takeaway was for you tonight, or of course, if you have any questions, things you're struggling with, we got a couple of minutes. We can chat. Anybody? No.
It was helpful.
It was helpful.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. That made me think of different things. Like I was reluctant to drink the shake, and so I was like, oh, that might be something I need to share about now.
Yeah.
Because it's made a difference for me, obviously, in many ways, and that's a way I connect with people when I'm talking to them as well. I just had people over this weekend and they were like, oh, you're in great shape, what are you doing? So yeah, and they kind of look at me funny, like, you drink the shake every day, and they were interested. You could see, but they didn't want to seem interested. So I am gonna follow up with them and see, because I think they need it also, and they're not really sure how to ask. So people who need help, you're not just gonna leave them
right
in the dust. And there's so many people that I know need the help. I need to reach out to and just get it.
And this needs to be your motto in life, because let me tell you, as a coach, because your job is to go to them. It's not for them to come to you. They're never going to do it. I have heard you say several times, and I wouldn't be the pushy, bossy coach that I am if I didn't say this. I have noticed you say, I'm going to invite them. I'm going to get that tracker. I'm going to try. It's okay. We all have our things, but why I'm saying it is because I would hate to have you, Megan, I think she was going to share that she was just kicking herself for something that happened. And I have had people that I didn't move quickly enough, and they were curious enough that they went and ordered it from Amazon or something. And we don't want to have that happen. So if they left your house and they saw that your bag was Shakeology and they went out, also when people feel that like motivation, I want to strike when the iron is hot. Like I don't want them to fizzle out or go spend their money on something else or whatever. So I do try to, so it's so easy to just be like, hey guys, it was so lovely, in that lovely way that you're going to say it. I'm
Right.
sure like, it was so lovely to see you the other day. Becca's laughing at me because I love the way that you talk, and I wish I could talk more like that. I'm so abrasive. But like, no, I love, like, it was so nice to see you guys. I know you were asking me about the shake, and I certainly didn't want to seem pushy. I'm not a salesperson by any means, but you know, obviously I do drink it every day because I love it, and it's been really helpful for me. Love to share a little bit more information with you. Are you guys, you know, are you interested? And
Yep.
yeah, because we're
On
not
my
moving
list.
on. We're not moving on to August unless you're at Success Club. So we just got to make it
Yes.
happen.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm talking to a few more people. Worst case scenario, or maybe to my partner, my sister is. I'm signing her up. She's been part of this workout group, and unfortunately, she's just been transferred to a whole different state, and she needs the workouts, and she can afford it, and she wants to do it. So I think she is signing up soon.
Awesome.
I just need to stay on her.
Yeah. And, you know, hey, I don't mind laying the guilt card with family. When you have a brand new business, like, hey, I need to get some testimonials. I need to help some people. I need people to see real results. So can I count on your support? Hey, you get your money back in 30 days if you don't love it, but it would really help me. And it does. It helps you get successful this month. And it's a big deal because it'll lock in a lot of stuff for you next month. And I would advise all of you just do what I just talked to Renee about doing this, is sign up anybody as a day one discount coach. There's a little thing I shared in the thread just the other day about how to do that. It's really easy. It works really well. I mean, it's going to build your business quicker. It's better for them. It doesn't cost anything extra. It's easier, but that way you're going to immediately get enrolled at the end of the month, which means that you're going to have all those leads coming in next month, and you're going to start making that money back for your family. And let me know, you guys, where you are.
Something.
Go ahead.
Oh, actually, my brother-in-law and his wife, the 21-day fix, and drank Shakeology, like before I even knew you or knew about, really did Beachbody. And they, I actually talked to them, and I think they want to just sign up for the workouts, but I think he will take the challenge pack. So I'm talking tomorrow. So that's my other person signing up.
They already know that they like it, and if they both did it, then it would be crazy not to do it with the discount membership, so that if they want more or whatever, that they can. Yeah, that's awesome. Megan, where do you where are you standing with stuff? Were you going to share about your, I thought you said something about that, whatever happened where you were kicking yourself?
Yeah, I can do it here. That's fine.
I can't remember. I thought you said you were going to, I don't know if it was on the team page or in a group, but I didn't see anything, so I didn't know.
I was going to, I just haven't done it yet. I'm doing some work right now.
Oh, okay. There's no rush. I didn't know.
Multitask as much as I can. But yeah, I mean, since this is recorded, that's fine.
Oh no, I do want it now. I can stop the recording right now. Do you not want me to?
No, I said since you are doing it, I could just do it here.
Okay.
Instead of posting it, but yeah, I had talked to, I'd sent out a whole bunch of invites, and started some conversations at the beginning of the month, and I think it was July 5th is when I went back and looked to see when I talked to this girl. But she made a post last night, the night before, saying that she had done her 3 hours of meal prep and was ready to conquer the week or whatever, and she's did a hashtag Team Beachbody and something else. And so right away I messaged her and I was like, hey girl, this is what I was telling you about. I asked her what workout she was going to be doing, and she sent me a message back, and she's like, well, you didn't say anything else about it. And that's when I went back and looked, and I saw that it was July 5th that I'd last talked to her. I was like, oh, why didn't I talk to her sooner? And And of course I was like, well, actually, I left off with a question. She's the one that never answered me back, but I still should have followed up with her. And, been like, well, hey, girl, didn't hear anything back from you. I'm just, curious if you were still interested is what I should have done, but didn't. And come to find out, she said that, well, another girl that she works with is a Beachbody coach also, and she had just signed up with her right before I started talking to her. I was like, so.
Yeah, that's so funny. Some of the people I've friended.
So write your people down that you talk to so that you can follow up with them in a timely manner and not miss out on points.
Yes. Timeliness is super important, and trackers are huge. We have all had people that have fallen through the cracks, and I would be lying through my pants if I didn't say that it didn't happen to me. So, even with coaches, it stinks. Thanks for sharing, girl.
Mm-hmm. And I think another thing, just real quick, is that there's some people that we need to like talk as if we were a coach. Like if you were a personal trainer in there with them, in the gym, talk to them that way. Like I've got a girl that I've known her for a long time, and she said, I asked her if she wanted to join my next group, and she said, she's like, I kind of want to, but I've got, she just started a new job and she's working like 60 hours a week because she's doing training and stuff too. And I just told her, I was like, well, that's an excuse. I started off and said, I understand that's, a lot on your plate right now, but I said, but don't use it as an excuse. I want you to think of, I'm going to message you next week and I'll check, I'm going to check back in with you next week. And I want you to think about, see if you can figure out a 20 to 30 minute time of your day where you can squeeze this in, because it'll be better for you. So she was like, I know. But some people, maybe not everyone needs that, but I think some people need that, extra little. Like when you call them out on it.
Crap, Megan, I'm so glad you said that, because I had that in my notes somewhere and totally forgot to say it. But here it is. Yeah, right there in hot pink writing for me to not forget. People come to you for a solution, so give it to them. Don't say keep them. They need to change. They need to be pushed. That's why they're talking to you. Right? We need to coach, so we can't be afraid to give them that push. And that is a big part of why I've been so successful with this. Not that I think I've been so successful, but compared to a lot of people that don't do much with it, is because of the fact that I'm not afraid to push people. I taught the hardest yoga class at my studio because I love pushing people. Huh?
Did you call them out on it?
Yeah, I mean, because that's what they want. They didn't ask for a cheerleader. Just be like, awesome. And I heard that at Summit. Like, don't do that with my coaches. Don't just be like, you're doing awesome, you're doing awesome, you're doing awesome, you're doing awesome all the time. Like, if they've got a goal and they're not weird, like where I've said, I called Megan the other day. I was like, listen, girlfriend, this is your goal. This is your number of invites. We're not quite adding up. We got to get you there, because I care, because I want you guys to achieve your goals, and I don't want you to not results and things wasn't for you and fall away. And it is important to have people that hold you accountable. I need that, and I don't have it. So by the way, you can all feel free to do it to me as well. But I'm going up the corporate ladder right now, trying to figure out where I can get it from, because we do all need it. I mean, I have a success partner, but I need somebody to pants, and I don't have an upline really, so I need to find a grandma upline somewhere. But it is important. So great point. Yes. Renee, do you have anything, or are we all going to get to bed?
I had to go pee. Sorry.
No problem. So your thing I was confused about is the only way for me to know when you sign up your first coach, we want it to be your husband. Here's the thing. Beachbody should send your first coach. It does it like a left and a right, but then it gets stuck. And none of us know why. And I have no idea why this glitch hasn't been fixed, but I watch your downline, so I'll be able to help you guys. But it literally will be like left, right, and then it's supposed to go like left, right, and it'll go left, right, left. And there have been coaches on our team who have not hit diamond. Well, on my upline's team, because she wasn't really watching. And sometimes it's easy to not realize somebody signs up a bunch of people all in one day, and that they didn't get it switched over within the 5-day change period. And so their legs were super unevenly stacked, and it did cost them rank advancing and stuff. So you don't want that to be you. So it is supposed to do that. So I usually tell my coaches they just got to watch it and make sure that they're putting it back and forth themselves. But the first two will. and then the third will go to like the right. But the problem is I have to determine which is your weak and which is your strong. And the way that you know which is of your legs is the strong leg is the one that I'm helping you build. But here's the problem. I can't tell that. So like if I signed, but I have not yet signed up another coach under you since you signed up your husband. So it was a couple days ago. So like I signed up a coach yesterday, but it's on my left leg. So Megan and Lorette, right, would see that person under them in terms of that's helping them stable. There's not anybody that, so it's hard for me to tell which is your weak and strong. And I got to call Beachbody because you had like your husband's on one and the other person, Kim or whatever, is on the other, Kim Jones or whatever. But I don't know. I want to make sure that we don't need to flip flop them. You know, so I want to take care of that for you because they only give you 5 days. So you can also hop on to to a live chat or call Coach Relations. Just be like, hey, I signed up my husband and I signed up somebody else. I need to know who's on my weak leg and who's on my strong leg. And I have to find out how the heck I can find that out before there's coaches. Because usually I look and say, oh, like Megan, I can see that there's all these coaches that you don't know under your left side. That's your strong leg I'm building for you. Here's your weak leg that you need to build. That's where your husband needs to be. So I just need to figure that out like tomorrow. Or you can too. Was that what you were going to say, or did you have something else?
No, I just, the girl I was talking to you about when I was at your house, Sarah.
Yeah.
She, I followed back up with her today because she said she was going to do it over the weekend and she hadn't. And so, I messaged her today and she said that she sent her husband the link and said that she is going to do it, but she said, here, I'll pull it up. She said, yes. Is there a way I can to sign up without the Shakeology monthly subscription? Brian said no to that.
Monthly subscription of the coach discount pricing or the auto ship of the shake?
The auto ship of the shake.
Okay, so tell her that the only way, just say, hey girl, like I totally understand completely. Here's the thing, in order for you to get the sale price, like the lowest promotional price, it automatically enrolls you in that auto ship, but you can cancel it the very next day. So like well, here's what I say. I say, I don't recommend that because I would love for you to at least try the shake and drink it and see what you think before we cancel something. You have plenty of time to cancel it, and Beachbody sends you a reminder about 4 or 5 days before your shake reships so that it's not going to ship without your consent. You're in complete control. That is what I say to people every time, and I've honestly never, I shouldn't say that. There's one girl in 2.5 years who I still can't get to sign up because she can't get past the auto ship. She's like, I feel like it's like deceptive. And I was like, well, it's, people love the shake, so they don't want to run. It's literally for your convenience so that you don't ever run out of it. But like, whatever. I'm like, it's not deceptive when you can cancel it for the next day. But, so,
I also don't think I've mentioned to her yet. I'd have to go back because I emailed her to follow up with her because she hadn't looked at my Facebook messages. So I don't think I mentioned to her that she could get the discount. But
it's totally not too late. I've actually also done things where I've been like, hey, by the way, I completely forgot to tell you, but sometimes I even send that in a voice note so that they can hear how I'm like, hey, I was drinking last night and I forgot to tell you that. No, but I mean, it makes us more relatable. Yeah, I've done that. I've also done that thing where I copy and paste and I'm in a rush and I send somebody's name to the wrong person. So I'm like, hey, Melissa. And you guys can't make a mistake that I haven't made. It's no reason to give up. It's just like and sometimes I'm like, do I say sorry or like, oh, well, I don't even know why I just said Melissa. I was looking right at your,
luckily, like in Messenger, you can delete it. And if they haven't seen it yet, it goes away.
So I didn't know that so I still don't actually know how to do that with a message, but Stephanie at Summit just showed me how to do it with a voice note, and I messed up on one tonight, and like if you click on it and hold it, then there's the delete. So how do you do it with a message? Is it the same thing?
Yeah, you just push it and hold it, and it'll come up and it'll give you the option to like copy it or delete it or something else.
See, guys,
I didn't know they won't see it. Well, that's good to know.
If they haven't looked at it yet, like if they have Messenger open and it pops up right away.
Yeah, because you can see when someone looks.
Mm-hmm. But if they haven't seen it yet, you can delete it. I did that because I totally sent someone the wrong name.
Like when we go through and make like lots of posts, we're right in a row. You can hold on to, like if there was a comment that Renee made, and then Lorette made another one, but you want to really like heart or something on Renee, you can hold what she said, and it'll pop up the little faces and stuff. I found that out.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
How much is it rocking your girl's world that you can forward these voice notes? I just did it today. My power hour was
great.
done in like 30 minutes. And I actually so the one that worked for me where the girl signed up like almost instantly, I went back and wrote down what that voice note was. I want to like experiment and play with, okay, I'm going to send this in a voice note, the exact same message to 10 people. And I'm going to send it the exact same message typed to 10 people. And I know there's like variables, but I kind of want to play with finding out what works better. But I do feel like the voice notes are working well for me lately, especially when you can sound more personable and stuff like that. But I'm curious to see. I'm playing with like a lot of different things right now. But I just did that to a bunch of people, and I forwarded one of them. Actually, so there was a post I made about coaching and how I won the trip already and how I made like, $700 or whatever in the 1 week last week. And a bunch of people liked it. And some people that liked it, I haven't really talked to before. And so I put them on my list to follow up with. So today they were some of the follow-ups, and I'm getting back to them right now, like 5 days later. Not ideal, but Josh went to the emergency room. We had things going on. That was the priority. So I was like, I almost forgot. And there's a couple people for Daily Sunshine I didn't get back to. So those are my follow-ups from today. I was like, wow, do I really have no follow-ups? Oh, well, I didn't really do my invites yesterday, or any that I heard back from anyways. So then I started to write those down and check them off. And actually I made one invitation, like one little note, and then I sent it, to forward it to a bunch of people. So I was like, hey girl, I saw that you liked my, I was like, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great summer. I know it's been a few days, but I saw that you liked my post that I shared about coaching, and and then I ended up forwarding that to all of them because I just said, hey girl, but it saves a lot of time. It helps us reach a lot more people really fast.
Kim, before I forget, you just mentioned it, the Daily Sunshine. Is there like a sample kids could try?
Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me show it to you.
My daughter wants to try it, but she also likes the Shakeology. So, like, do I want to get it for her or not?
Yeah. So this is the little sampler box, just kind of like the Beachbody Performance Sampler. And Caleb, we already have 2 of these upstairs, but there's 4 total. So there's 2 of the strawberry strawberry banana, sorry. And then 2 of the chocolate.
Okay.
And it's got like the nutrition label on the back and all that. And then there's little kids shaker cups. I got a bunch of these to do for prizes because they ended up being like $4 or $3 at Summit or something. And Caleb was like so excited that he had his own shaker cups. They're like mini and little. But yeah. So, and don't forget, you guys, like too on that topic, that there's like, I got these at Summit. They were on clearance for $2.99. It says like Pio, and then there's one for Beachbody, and so I'm going to use these for like challenge prices. But when you want cheap things, like there are things on when you go to the shop tab that you can get. I like sending people Beachbody stuff, and I cycle off of all of that too. So like I'm going to order all that stuff through my husband's account, like all the stuff I bought at Summit, like these super cute capris that I still haven't worn. Adorable. I never had money. My first Summit, I had money. And I was like, one of these days I'll have money to buy a little bit. And I didn't have much this year, but I got a couple things. And but you cycle off of all of it. That's another beauty of having a spouse signed up, is that you can totally, make money off of that too and still get it at a discount. But there's cheap stuff you can get from a lot of times I'll just get the like stuff, like the 6-pack with the Shaco cups or whatever that were like $2.50 each or something. They wind up being, and then she'd put like an energized sampler or whatever. So there's 2 ways you can do it. But the Daily Sunshine, I tried the chocolate one tonight myself because they're saying it's a really good snack for like adults to have, like, or us to have, or kids to have. Caleb did not really like the strawberry banana one. So I don't think it was bad, but I think that they could have made the flavor a little bit better considering kids are really picky. And I thought that was kind of the point, is that they were doing a really good job. So I'm curious to see what other people's kids think of it. On the team.
We're back.
Huh? Did I freeze?
I I don't know if I froze or you froze, but it was frozen for
So,
a little bit.
yeah, so I want to see what everybody's kids think, but the chocolate one's good, and I'm seeing other coaches say their kids like the strawberry banana, so maybe he was just being ridiculous.
I got the chocolate one for the kids.
Yeah.
Mine.
Did they try it yet, Megan, or no?
It should have shipped today. So we'll see.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I think my daughter would like the chocolate too. I'll try it out. See.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that stinks is the bag of it. It's like $129.95, like Shake-O, so it's kind of pricey. But when you figure they may not have it every day, and you can just take the scoop and go if you're going to have it over at whatever, and it's organic and all that kind of stuff. I wish the price tag was a little cheaper on it because I feel like the kids, but we'll see how it does. I'm so excited about it.
I'm thinking it'll be a quick breakfast for me if we're, running late for school, or it can be
Exactly.
an after-school snack.
Exactly. And the fact that you can run to or wherever on the go, and you don't need to have a blender and all that stuff, like that this one you can just shake it and it's going to taste good. Like, I don't really like just shaking the Shake-O, but but with this one it actually was fine. I shook mine tonight with just some cold water. So all right, ladies, well, it is after 11, and I don't know about you, but my alarm goes off at 5:30 for my miracle morning.
Yeah.
So let's get to sleep, and the next call, I think in like 2 weeks, will be probably a live power hour, which is really cool to do sometimes, to kind of bang it out together. It's like, if we haven't done one, I don't think either of you have done one with me before, right? Where we're kind of like on a timer, and we all do it at the same time, where we send off like 3 here, and then we get to see how efficient we can be at
Right.
But also, both of you guys are on my Team Cup team, so just keep checking in there with the posts, because I'm obviously already starting to ramp us up to get ready for kickoff August 1st. A big mistake I made. It took me about 2 years to figure out that I needed to start posting before Team Cup, so we were actually ready to have successful Team Cup. So doing that now. So yeah, it's called like Hustle with Hearts.
All right.
And actually, I'm going
Sounds good.
to do that. We're phasing out of that. No excuses. All right, ladies, have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. You too. Thank you.
Bye.